An American Werewolf in Paris 1997 is a sequel to the American Werewolf in London 1981 movie, both being two high-caliber, top-tier horror comedy classics. This film was also released about a month after the death of Princess Diana in Paris, just a fact, not that it's necessarily related to the film, but it was released at a tumultuous time period regarding Paris. The humour is exuberant, it's a humorous, rambunctious, top-tier, fucked-up plot, and the film notoriously relies heavily on CGI.
What is she doing here?
The movie gets to the action and gets to the point instantly. The plot establishes three young, imbecilic, credulous charlatan American lads visiting Paris, and they have somehow clandestinely entered one of the decks on the Eiffel Tower at night to fucking bungee jump, and they see a girl turn the corner who tries to fall off to subsequently unalive herself, as she gets saved by Andy, played by Tom Scott. Andy gets her name, which is Sérafine, played by Julie Delpy, and her home address, and he goes to the front of her home to request a date. So it's a very straightforward, formulaic, predictable plot. But plots like this were held in much more higher regard in the 90s, of course. Sérafine's dodgy chav mate Claude invites the three Yanks to a late night party, which is at a dodgy, derelict bunker underground.
Look, good news, right? Yeah. Sérafine? Hi. It's the guy who, I've got your shoe. Listen, this, I thought that you would want this, and, well, it's not my size.
Andy's mate, Chris, played by Buckman, wakes up and finds himself in a cell in the vicinity of the party. He manages to escape from the cell, and adjacent to the cell there's a bed with curtains, and beneath the curtains is a fucking werewolf base, who ends up to be Serafine's father. Initially unbeknownst to him, and it obviously chases Chris, who he nearly manages to escape by the slimmest metaphysical allowance. It establishes that Claude is a fucking leader of a werewolf society that lures credulous people in to be killed. Sérafine herself and Claude transforms into a werewolf and kills all the guests and Andy's other mate Brad. Blood saturated everywhere. It's lambs to the slaughter. Absolute fucking massacre bloodbath. Le grand faut changer pensée. So Andy wakes up at Sérafine's house and has no recollection of what happened the night before, and he dismisses Sérafine's, informing him that he will transform into a werewolf and can't tolerate how ludicrous it was to fall in love with Sérafine, and he decides it's best to extricate himself from this mad lunatic predicament and get himself out of him being backed against a figurative wall, and Sérafine convinces him to stay.
I'll never understand women.
Ren! Your life is in danger!
Really? Why? Is Claude your boyfriend?
Please go!
The film is overclocked propaganda with psychedelic cosmic fucked injections into a ludicrous shithousery labyrinth concoction injected into its ass. His mate Brad, who got killed, has a ghost of himself appear and explains to Andy that he must eat the heart of the werewolf that bit him. Andy encounters an American tourist at a cafe and falls in love with her, and transforms into a werewolf again one night and kills her. And there happened to be a police officer there who arrests Andy, and he manages to escape and encounters the ghost of the woman, which is a recurring theme from the prequel. Andy's mate Chris is literally crucified, and they find that Sérafine's father has died, and it was revealed that Sérafine's father had been creating a drug to cure the werewolf transforming syndrome, and inadvertently it did the opposite and produced rapid werewolf transformation. There's a 4th of July party in Paris hosted by Claude, hence lots of American foreign Yanks in attendance, and it's another complete skin-piercing, blood-saturating massacre bloodbath. Andy transforms into a werewolf and eats and kills Claude, and along with his hat, and ending the curse. Badass. The film subtly checks all the boxes on hellbent action and the relationship dynamics. It's fucking ludicrous, proper wind-up. The sequel is consistent with the prequel. It has menacing hellbent fucking bass and recurring talking and moving conscious corpses, and executes to the expectations of the first one.